I can use addition to find differences. So in this lesson, you're going to learn how to use addition to solve subtraction problems. Let's review something that we have learned previously. Let's review how to solve 37 plus 8 using a number line. So here's a number line. Let's break apart 8 in order to make adding 37 plus 8 easier. So here's a number 37. We can break 8 up into 3 and 5. So when we add 37 plus 3, that would bring us to a tens number, which is 40. Now we have 40 plus 5. That should be simple to add because it's counting by fives. And that would leave us with the number 45. So how does breaking apart 8 make adding 37 plus 8 easier? Well, first if we break apart 8 as 3 and 5, right, because 3 plus 5 makes 8, and then add 37 plus 3, which would give us 40, and then just add another 5 to get that sum of 45. So going back to the word problem, we know that Sophie had 25 markers. So there are Sophie's 25 markers. We also know that she gave 3 markers to Josh. So we know that this is a minus problem. So now let's solve this problem. Let's draw quick pictures to help us solve this problem. So we know that it is 25 minus the 3 markers. So we can draw a quick picture for 25. And then let's minus the 3 markers given to Josh. You can clearly see that now there are 2 10s and 2 1s left. Did we have to regroup in this problem? No, because we were able to subtract the 3 1s from the 5 1s without having to regroup. So here's another question. How many markers will Sophie have if Josh gives the 3 markers back to her? So we need to think first. Will we add or subtract to solve this problem? Well, if you think about it, we would have to add because Josh is now giving back these markers. So we know that Sophie is left with this amount of markers. So she had the 22 markers. Now Josh is going to give back these 3 markers. So what do we really have? We have the 22 markers that Sophie had, plus the 3 markers that Josh is giving back. And that leaves us with 25. 2 10s, 5 1s. Looking back at our first problem, where Sophie gave 3 markers to Josh, what would be our subtraction problem? If you recall, we did start with the 25. Then we minus the 3 that she gave to Josh, and that left us with 22. Now I'd like you to take a look at these two problems. So for the first problem, we had 25 minus 3 equals 22. When Josh gave back the markers, our equation came out to 22 plus 3 equals 25. Notice that these two sentences are related because they're using the same numbers. First we had 25 minus 3 equals 22, and then when he gave it back, we reversed the numbers, 22 plus 3, and that left us with 25. Now let's look at a number line to help us subtract. 45 minus 38 equals blank. So let's use our number line to help us find the difference to 45 minus 38. What we can do is we can count up from the number we are subtracting to find the difference. So for example, in 45 minus 38, we would start at the number 38. We can count to 40 to a 10 number, and that would be plus 2, 1, 2. And then we will continue to 45. And as you can see, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then we would add the first jump with the second jump, which is 2 plus 5, which gives us 7. So 45 minus 38 is 7. So again, what did we do? We counted up in order to subtract. Again, we started with 38. To get to 40 was 2 spaces. And then to get from 40 to 45 was another 5 spaces. So how many spaces did we count up in all? 2 plus 5 gives us 7. Using the strategy of counting up actually works well when the number being subtracted has a 7, 8, or 9 in the ones place because the number is close to the next tens number. Let's try another one, also using the number line. 36 minus 27 equals blank. So we can count up from the number we are subtracting to find the difference. So in this case, we would start with the number 27. We will count up to the next tens number, which would be 30. As you can see, that was 1, 2, 3 jumps. So that means plus 3. Then we will count up to 36. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's look. How many spaces did we count up in all? Well, first we did 3, and then we did 6 more. So that would be 3 plus 6, which gives us 9. So the difference to 36 minus 27 would be 9. So let's review what we did. Well, first we counted up from 27 to 30, which was 3. Next, we count up 6 more to get to 36. Then we add the 3 jumps with the 6 jumps to find the difference of 9. So in this lesson, you learn how to add to find differences. We use addition to solve subtraction problems.